And once again, we welcome our viewers to Road to Indy TV here on the app or on roadtoindy.tv or USF2000.com. Hello, friends. My name's Rob Howden, and welcome to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, a special Thursday-Friday event, a standalone race. No NTT IndyCar Series with us here in Speedway, Indiana, this particular time around, as we are rolling out a triple header. Of course, races yesterday, qualifying for race one, the opening round of the triple header as well, and two more races here today. Qualifying in the books for both USF2000 and Indy Pro. So we're about set to go racing here for the first time here on a Friday. Hope you're having a great day so far. 70 degrees and sunny here trackside at IMS, a gorgeous day. For the first time this morning as we left the hotel, I got that little nip in the air. Of course, fall is coming. And 59 degrees when we got here trackside. You can see the cars have started down on pit lane as we get set to go. Again, let's give you the grid as we are ready to get things rocking for today's round number 2 of this USF2000 program. Starting on the pole position, Kiko Pardo, back-to-back pole positions for the young Brazilian rookie, a 124.751, the D-Force driver, starting on the pole in the number 12 alongside yesterday's winner, Eduardo Barrichello in the number 22, an all-Brazilian front row today here in the Cooper Tires USF2000 Indy GP. Barrichello with Pabst Racing scoring his first Road to Indy victory yesterday, so watch for these two best friends to battle it out once again. Jack William Miller from Miller Vinatieri Motorsports has been on a bit of a tear. He's got some momentum moving after a 5th at Mid-Ohio, a 2nd in the Freedom 75 at Lucas Oil Raceway, a 3rd rather at Lucas Oil Raceway. He'll start 3rd here today, a good qualifying session, a 124.809, only about 0.05 of a second behind Kiko Pardo. Miller in the 40 will start 3rd alongside the current point leader, Christian Rasmussen, won the first 6 races of the year to take a commanding point lead. 6th yesterday, first chink in the armor, but he got spun in the opening couple of corners, the first complex, dropped to 14th and scrapped his way back into 6th. A tremendous performance for Christian Rasmussen, the Danish driver for J. Howard Driver Development, and we will see Rasmussen start P4 here today. Better starting spot, 1 row forward, started on row 3 yesterday, so look for Rasmussen to try to get himself back to the podium and potentially back to the front of this race. Reese Gold, his streak of front row starts coming to an end. He'll start 5th alongside Christian Brooks, the young American driver from Santa Clarita, California. Gold from Miami, Florida for Cave Motorsports in the number 3. Brooks for Exclusive Autosport in the 44. That is row number 3. Row 4 will have Nolan Siegel in the number 9 on the inside for J. Howard Driver Development. And on the outside, it will be Michael D'Orlando. Siegel, the Californian. D'Orlando, the New York driver for Cape Motorsports, the 9 and the 4, respectively, side-by-side on row number 4. Go to row 5, Yuvan Sundaramurthy for Pabst Racing in the number 21. He'll start 9th alongside Cameron Shields, who's in his first weekend here with D-Force Racing. Row number 6 has Matt Round-Garrido and Max Kaiser. Round-Garrido, the British driver in the 23 for Pabst Racing, starting 11th. Kaiser out of Colorado starting for Miller Vinatieri Motorsports 12th. Josh Green and Simon Sykes will be on row number 7. Sykes, the rookie driver, his first event here in the Road to Indy, leader in the F1600 Championship Series, that number 20 machine for Legacy Autosport. Starting in 14th, Josh Green for Cape Motorsports starting in 13th. Go to the next row, Prescott Campbell and Wyatt Prokachik, a couple of rookie drivers. Campbell with Exclusive Autosport, Prokachik with J. Howard Driver Development. Then we've got Bejoy Garg and Kyle Dupel, Josh Pearson and Christian Bogle, and after an issue in qualifying, Michael Myers will start the number 24 from the tail of the field. Drivers lining themselves up through turn 13 into turn 14. We'll turn it over to Kiko Pardo. He will be the driver to set the pace. Coming on the straightaway, he'll be the first to punch off as we get ready to go. Green flag for what will be a 15-lap race for the drivers here in USF 2000. Good formation coming off of the final corner. Turn 14, big wide straightaway. It's a long one. We're at it. Green, green, green. Massive start at the back for Michael Myers. He took a good jump. Everybody else settling in. Myers is going to get at least 4 spots. Back up front, Kiko Pardo. Here's the first rundown. Let's go 3, 4 wide. Hold your breath, folks. Turn 1, USF 2000. Looks clean so far through 1 and 2. How'd they get through? They're going to go 2 wide. Jack Miller on the outside. Another driver dropping a wheel on the exit of 2. That's the dust flying up in the air through 4. They'll have to single file a little bit as they work their way up here to the switchback. Tough to get through there, and indeed you can see how they're kind of having to give each other a little bit of room. Almost some contact coming out of turn number 6. The big run down to turn 7. Another opportunity for a dive move to the inside. Barrichello with the lead coming through turn number 7. Down to the inside, Jack William Miller, another aggressive move to P2. This kid's got confidence. Goes to P2. Had an issue yesterday early on, damage to the wing, got it tucked up underneath the tub, and he had to come in with the DNF, but he works his way down to second. Jack William Miller up to P2, trying to give chase now to the leader, Eduardo Barrichello. I want to say Christian Rasmussen potentially into the third spot now. We'll, of course, give you a full field rundown when they come back across the stripe. More hardcore racing back in turn 12 and 13. They are going at it. The opening lap's always an opportunity to get spots because everybody's back and forth and you get checked up a little bit. You can see how aggressive they are. And deeper in the pack, look at this. That's like 7th, 8th, maybe 9th, 10th, and 11th. A couple drivers diving down to the inside of the racetrack. Battle aggressively as well. Rasmussen defending to the inside. That's Christian Brooks around the outside. Book it. Christian Brooks around Rasmussen for P3. Rasmussen drops a wheel again. He's going to have Reese Gold pushing from behind, but a good lap there for Christian Brooks. Made a move around the outside as Rasmussen blocked to the inside. Brooks now goes to third. He'll try to see if he can't reel in Jack William Miller. So some excitement on the opening laps for sure. Kiko Porto started on the pole, falling back to 6th in the opening circuit. Barrichello's gone out to the lead, though. Miller runs in second. Rasmussen still putting the pressure on Brooks, but Brooks third, Rasmussen fourth, Reese Gold in the 5th spot. 6th is Kiko Porto. 7th across the line was Nolan Siegel. 8th, Michael D'Orlando. 9th and 10th, Kaiser and Sundaramurthy. Cameron Shields 11th. Matt Rangarito in the 12th spot. Simon Sykes 13th. Wyatt Prokachik 14th. Christian Bogle 15th. 16th, 17th, Kyle Dupel and Josh Green. Prescott Campbell 18th. Josh Pearson 19th. Bajoy Garg and Michael Myers rounding out the top field there coming across the line. Myers got that great start but got shuffled back a little bit. You can see further back in the pack there outside the top 10. They're going to go 3-4 wide again. Everybody else clean and green through turn number 1. But, yeah, some more aggressive racing outside the top 10. And that was one of the things I talked to a couple of those drivers, the rookies further back in the pack. They said the racing was tremendous. They were going 2, 3 wide. There was a lot of different battles to pick up yesterday. We, of course, focused more on the scrap up front between Kiko Porto, Reese Gold, and Eduardo Barrichello. But there was some really good racing just outside the top 10. Just 4, 5, 6 car packs. Just really scrapping it out. And that's the beauty of this program. A lot of the young drivers, of course, they'd like to be at the pointy end of the grid, but they're still learning and getting all that great wheel-to-wheel action. We went green to checker in that event yesterday, and that's not something that all the Formula Car Series in this country can say. That happens a lot here in USF2000 and Indy Pro. It's all about track time for young drivers, not just obviously green flag laps are key. And that anytime we're able to go green to checker, like we did at all 3 of our oval races, we went green to checker in both the Freedom 75 and Freedom 90 at Lucas Oil Raceway, and green to checker as well at Worldwide Technology Raceway at Gateway with our Indy Pro category. So it tells you the quality of the drivers we have in the program. Barrichello continues to lead Jack William Miller. Will Miller grab his first win here in Indianapolis? He's from nearby Carmel, Indiana, just outside the 465. Oh, we got a good look at this. Reese Gold going to work, trying to find a way by Christian Rasmussen. Oh, and an inside move further back. That is Kiko Porto going to the inside of Gold. I don't know that he made it stick. No, I think Kiko Porto, he's held back. I thought he was making a move to the inside of 4. Really looked at it as Gold now on the defensive a little bit from Porto. Yeah, Gold going to drive the middle of the racetrack coming into 7, trying to defend a bit there. Oh, trouble there. Oh, a mistake for Christian Rasmussen. Just missed the turn-in and had to correct. That has put Gold right back on top of him. And look at that 5-driver group. Rasmussen, Gold, Porto, Siegel, and Michael D'Orlando. Here goes Porto to the inside of Gold coming over, and he's going to try to get that pass done. They're side by side, and he pinches him off on the exit of turn number 12. So move Gold back a spot, and Porto goes back to P5. That was a nice pass for Kiko. Getting to the inside, coming out of 11. Kind of owning the apex of turn 12, and when you own the apex, you own the exit. Here comes Siegel as well. Nolan Siegel trying to find an extra spot. He's battling it out with Reese Gold. Oh, big block down to the bottom. That'll stack everybody up again. Racing outside the top 5 is pretty aggressive right now. Gold, Siegel, D'Orlando, and Sundaramurthy. So a couple of Cape drivers. Siegel from Jay Howard and Sundaramurthy from Pabst. Fast lap of the race so far, Barrichello out front by himself, a 125.529. He's got about a 1.2 second lead right now over Jack William Miller, looking to grab his number 1 first, second podium of the year, but he would like to get the race win. Points coming into this race. Christian Rasmussen leading by 76 points over Reese Gold. Eduardo Barrichello in that 3rd spot. He's trying to see if he can't keep closing up, because he's significantly back. I want to say it's about 89 points back. But I'll tell you, every race that you're able to do what you need to do up front is crucial. Bonus points for the most laps led as well. Fast lap of the race, too, so we'll see. Eduardo getting 30 points yesterday. 33 points, Max Hall. Qualifying on the pole, win the race, fast lap, most laps led. Oh, I like this battle further back as well. Siegel really going at it here, trying to find a way by both the Cape cars. Josh Green a little further down the order. He's currently in the 5th position. Christian Brooks trying to fight his way back up. He's 103 points. He's really only 25 points out of 4th right now. This could be a good result for Christian Brooks, trying to work his way to the podium. He currently runs P3 and has almost a full second on Rasmussen now. That cutting down to maybe a little bit less, but you can see Kiko Porto starting to close up on Rasmussen. That may be a battle. Here's a scrap further back as well. Let's pick this fight up. That is Cameron Shields, Max Kaiser, and Simon Sykes. Max Kaiser. Sykes is in the battle in the number 20 machine as well. Throw Josh Green in there. It's actually Cameron Shields. I'm about ahead of them by about a second. Yeah, that's Shields coming out of the screen there. Then the 4 drivers battling there are Kaiser, Sykes, Green, and I believe Matt Rangarito in that fight as well at the tail of that group in the Pabst car. Indeed. There's Max Kaiser running in the 11th spot. Both Christian Rasmussen and Kiko Porto turned their fastest laps on that last lap before. D'Orlando and Gold this time, the 2 Cape Motorsports drivers dialing it in. Sykes side by side here with Josh Green. Oh, look at this. We're thinking 3 wide. That is Rangarito trying to get through. I think that Josh Green potentially getting that pass done on Simon Sykes. Simon, all the experience he wanted here this weekend. He's got a big run here. Almost pushing Green down the straightaway. Green's going to tuck to the outside. Sykes is going to stay with him. Little brake lock there. Oh, a little wiggle as well. Little brake lock for Josh Green into turn number 7. That's the fight we're scrapping here. That's through 7, 8, and 9. Through 10 now. A little bit more separation for Josh Green, as he's worked his way back to 13th. 5th in points right now. He won't be happy with a 13th place finish. He's got to keep working forward here, but a long way to go. 6 laps in, 9 to go. Yeah, we got some great racing. And even behind them is a tremendous battle as well. Christian Bogle, Prescott Campbell, Wyatt Brakacic all in that scrap as well. Max Kaiser in the 41 Miller Hereditary Motorsports machines been able to pull away from Sykes in that battle there. So he's going to see if he can't reel in Cameron Shields. We'll look at lap times there. Last time by, he was about 1.4 back. You can see the good fights further back in the pack here. These guys are really just having it out. Drivers continue to drop that wheel, that left rear off coming out of turn number 2 while kicking that dirt up. That's the fight there further back. I believe that's Campbell, Bogle, Prokachik, Pearson, and Michael Myers. Here's the lead group coming. No, that's a little further back. It's always hard to pick up which Pabst car you're looking at. I believe that was a Sunder-Murthy battle potentially. Barrichello 1.7 seconds as the leader here, 7 laps in. It's the 2 Cape cars of D'Orlando and Gold running 6th and 7th. That is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right there. Miller, Brooks, Rasmussen, and Porto. Kiko Porto started on the pole, finished 3rd yesterday. He's trying to work his way back up the points. He actually wasn't able to get up here for the race at Road America. That was kind of right when, again, we were just trying to get things rolling here within the coronavirus pandemic, and he wasn't able to get up from Brazil, which was a shame for Kiko. He's starting to get closer, though, to Christian Rasmussen, who runs P4. Reese Gold, of course, 2nd in points. Rasmussen running 4th. Gold now 7th. That would extend that championship lead for Rasmussen, although there is a possibility that Barrichello could start working his way. He might even take over 2nd place in points with a good run here. We're getting to the point. Actually, we're at it right now. That's a bonus point right there when he comes across the stripe, or already, because Barrichello's led from start to finish. So this would be his 9th led lap. So that's a bonus point for most laps led, only 15 laps in the race. So Barrichello still with fast lap of the race as well. He's looking at a 32-point haul here. He holds on to that fast lap. Christian Brooks still holding on to P3 in the 44, the exclusive Auto Sports driver. Really interesting resume, of course, for Christian Brooks, a young driver who's been at the top of the North American karting scene for many, many years, running in the junior categories and moving into senior. But his initial move out of karts, is, instead of jumping into an open-wheel formula car, actually was part of the Red Bull Global Rallycross program for a couple of years, running in the GRC Light Series, and was the most popular driver at one point, Rookie of the Year. I think he had the best livery. They loved the way the car looked as well. Did a couple years in the GRC program, moved to the actual American Rallycross program, and then did a year in F4 before coming here to run in the Road to Indy. And this is a young American driver that people need to keep their eye on for sure. Christian's a very talented pilot, and again, coming into this year was still ranked number 4 by ekartingnews.com in terms of the number 4 ranked single-speed karter in the country. Hasn't done a lot of racing since, so it's dropped down those ranking orders, but this is a guy that has a lot of talent, kind of following in the footsteps of guys like Oliver Askew and Cal Kirkwood, Braden Eves, childhood friends with Colton Herta, and it kind of came out of a generation where if you went to a race, let's say, 8, 9, 10 years ago, it was Christian Brooks and Colton Herta and Parker Thompson and all these young guns that have worked their way up the ranks. So Christian, we have no doubt a bright future ahead of him, and of course his first year here in the Road to Indy. Every track something a little new for him. Running 3rd spot now. Rasmussen's closed up on him, though, here with 5 to go, so we may have ourselves a battle for that final podium position. Brooks P3, Rasmussen in 4th, Porto 5th, 6th and 7th, the 2 Cape drivers. Michael D'Orlando has gone back to 6th. Reese Gold 7th. 8th is Nolan Siegel. Just turned his fast lap of the race, a 125.990. One of the fastest drivers on the racetrack last lap was Nolan Siegel. By himself on track in 8th. Yuvan Sunder-Murthy in 9th, and Cameron Shields rounding out the top 10. Shields with about a second ahead of Max Kaiser. Kaiser chipping away at it, though. Kaiser about 0.2 of a second quicker on that last lap. It's a 1.3 second gap back to Jack William Miller. He was 0.2 faster than Barrichello on that last circuit he's not going to have enough laps if that's the amount he can close up. But remember, when he gets close, that draft is going to start to play a bit of a role here as well. So we'll see if Miller continues to find more speed. It'll be 4 to go, and they come back across the yard of bricks this time. USF2000, their second race here on the Road to Indy TV app, or roadindy.tv, or USF2000.com, or wherever you may be tuning into the coverage. Great to have you with us. My name's Rob Howden, voice of this Road to Indy presented by Cooper Tires. And we're just all pleased to be here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, getting a chance to get 3 more races, crucial events in for these young drivers, making sure that this season, of course, not essentially being just a blip for these guys, a time on the shelf. They get a chance to get the racing in. Even though we don't have any fans here, we're not doing the fan zone, no autograph sessions. Still an opportunity for these drivers to get the seat time they need, and that's the beauty of it. And big thank you to Dan Anderson and Michelle Kish and everybody at Anderson Promotions on the Road to Indy for making sure that we're having these events. I'm sure a lot of investment going in with track rental, whatever it may be, for us to be able to get these races in for these young drivers. Almost exact same lap times for Barrichello and Miller last time by. The gap still 1.37. Rasmussen are all over the gearbox to Christian Brooks now. He's going to try the outside coming through turn number 11. Will it be an over-under? We'll see. He's going to try to look to the inside coming into turn number 12. Unsure whether or not the pass was made. No, in fact, he's lost a bit of ground. This has put Kiko Porto now on the gearbox of Rasmussen. Kiko Porto going to try to get the big run. Here come the Cape boys. They're not done yet either. Orlando and Gold for Cape Motorsports are coming. We may see a good scrap here as they're going to go after Porto and Rasmussen soon. They're working together. I'd say they're working together, but no, that actually was a block move to the inside for D'Orlando on his teammate. Porto's through. Kiko Porto's gone to P4. Kiko Porto started on the pole, fell back to 6th. He's up to 4th again. Rasmussen goes back a spot. Look at Reese Gold. He and D'Orlando right behind. They know they got to get by Rasmussen if they want to have a chance to win the championship. Both D'Orlando and Gold, who sit 4th and 2nd respectively, they got to get by. They don't need to fight each other right now. They got to get by Rasmussen. And I know that D'Orlando's thinking about the position where he is right now. He'd be better, if Reese is faster, he'd almost be better to let Reese go and follow him through and see if they can both get by Rasmussen. They have to pass Rasmussen if they want to keep inching closer. Both Barrichello and Miller, again, 1:26.1s, 1.4 seconds the gap now. Porto putting the target on the gearbox in the rear wing of Christian Brooks. It'll be 2 to go this time by. Two laps remaining. There's the leaders coming through turn 1. That is Barrichello. He'll be the first to turn in. Jack William Miller, Christian Brooks, Kiko Porto. And it's Christian Rasmussen and the 2 Cape drivers, Michael D'Orlando and Reese Gold. Nolan Siegel tried to close up. In fact, he was almost 0.4 of a second quicker than the Cape drivers that last time by, but you can see how far back he is. It's almost 2 seconds. He'd need these drivers to start battling. A little bit of a gap separating the drivers here now as they work their way down Holman Boulevard. There's the gap between first and second down to 1.2 seconds now. That was a good lap for Miller. Consistent at 1:26.1. Miller up on the wheel. We may have a battle for a third spot as well as Kiko Porto closing him up a bit here on Brooks. White flag will fly. This will be the penultimate lap. The completion of 1 to go when they get back. You can see the rest of the field streaming in, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, streaming into 12, 13, and 14, the final complex. The right, left, right. And then the big sweeping corner that comes back onto the straightaway. Here is the white flag. Barrichello trying to win his second here at Indy. Big victory for him yesterday, and to consider the fact that Rasmussen now back in 5th, big opportunity for points. Brooks still holding on to third. Kiko Porto having a little look to the inside, maybe trying to see if he can't shake him into a brake lockup, but Brooks hitting his mark so far. Miller down to a second. He was 0.3 faster. Jack William Miller 0.3 quicker on that last lap. He'd need probably 3 more laps. He's closing for sure, but too little, too late potentially here unless we get a brake lockup. Jack William Miller in second. Christian Brooks third. The final braking zone for Brooks to get clear of Kiko Porto. Not really any chance to pass at this point unless you make that dive move into 12. But Brooks rather looking pretty good. Look how close Miller has got. I'm telling you, 2-3 more laps and we may have a challenge for the race win. That's how quickly Miller is reeling in Barrichello. Jack William Miller, his best result will be this race if he brings it home. P2, 5th at Mid-Ohio, 3rd at Lucas Oil Raceway. He's going to get a second-place run here today. But coming out of the final corner, this guy is making a bid for the championship. Back-to-back jacks at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway as Eduardo Barrichello crosses the yard of bricks as the race winner. Excellent drive as well for Jack William Miller as he takes second. Christian Brooks onto the podium for the first time here in third for Exclusive Autosport as he's able to hold off Kiko Porto and Christian Rasmussen. Michael D'Orlando ends up in 6th, Reese Gold 7th. Both those drivers losing a little bit of a point gap to Rasmussen. Nolan Siegel in 8th, Yuvan Sundaramurthy in 9th, and Cameron Shields rounding out the top 10. No, Shields falling out the order at the end. What happened? Max Kaiser into the top 10 for the second straight race. So Max Kaiser able to get by. Shields falls down to 13th. Kaiser, Green, and Sykes all moving up a spot on that final circuit as Cameron Shields goes to 13th. But Eduardo Barrichello, back-to-back race wins here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. He'll go for the triple, the trifecta, later on today. But a big win for him, finishing 5 spots ahead of Christian Rasmussen to close that championship gap. I think Barrichello may indeed potentially work his way into the second position in points here as well. That's a possibility. Nonetheless, a great run, as we said, for Barrichello. He gets the race win. Jack William Miller on the podium again for the second time this year. P2 and Christian Brooks making his first trip, his first visit to the podium here in USF2000. Thank you so much for joining us here, folks. Again, as you know, we will be continuing to roll. 3 more races still to come here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Join us back here on Road to Indy and the Road to Indy TV app as we have a 1 o'clock start time for the drivers in Indy Pro 2000, their second race of the triple header. On behalf of everyone from Road to Indy TV and Anderson Promotions, my name's Rob Howden. Bye for now.